2026 at 6 p.m. If everyone could please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Susan, could you please do a roll call?
Sure. Andrews?
Present.
Rose, present. Hepmer?
Present.
Layton? Present. Reardon? Here. Walsh? Here. Stuzinski?
Here.
Thank you. All right, moving on to the agenda. If everyone could please review for any conflict of interest. If there's none, move to approve the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda for June 15th as it is.
Support.
Okay. Motion by Reardon, supported by LaRose to approve the agenda for Monday, June 15th, 2026. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. All right, moving on to public comment. You have anything?
Good evening, Carol Kusel, East Bay Township. I had the opportunity to talk with a few of you last week and really appreciate that. Just wanted to reiterate one of the topics that I talked about, and to say that should the opportunity come up for the township to expand its parklands, especially something that would hold the opportunity to become something like a town square for us, the citizens of our community, to have a place to go and meet. I find it very exciting, the things that are going on in the Beach District. And I know that that's all things for our citizens, but it also seems that that's more for the tourists. And to have an area that offers a meeting place for a meeting and recreating and communal support for our community would be a wonderful addition. Having followed the township for a number of years now, I love the idea of the East Bay Corners, and that perhaps sometime in the future of East Bay Township, there might be a little downtown area that that the residents enjoy coming to. So if that opportunity comes up, I highly encourage it. I talked with a number of friends, and there are many people excited about opportunities like that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Carol. All right, if there's no more public comment at this time, we can move on to correspondences. Yeah, I don't think there was anything. I guess the vernal pool sampling at Killingsworth, which is in our packet tonight, the scientific sampling. I don't think there was anything else, unless someone else saw something that I didn't see. All right, moving on to reports. Garrison, would you mind doing the treasurer's report?
Looking at our year-to-date as of 5/31, it's mostly just payroll and engineering costs, like our standard cost. The engineering line is still over budget, but it's in the packet tonight. We talked about doing an amendment for that. So we got some good numbers, looks like, not only for what we've paid already, but what we need for the whole year. So we'll cover that later. Question for Nathan. The $5,000 for Tar Trails, they have not invoiced us in like a year or two for that. I was wondering if you'd maybe be able to reach out to a contact, and if they're going to bill us, it's great. We'd love to pay them. If not, we could maybe use that money on something else. I just don't want to let it sit there if they have no intention of billing us. And then nothing's come out of the Jens Park capital outlay yet, so I'm just assuming we haven't paid for because the toilets are installed. And we'll see that hit that line maybe next month.
Yep, that should probably be there next month.
And that is all I have.
Awesome. Thank you, Garrison. If there's no questions on that, we can move on to the staff report. Nathan, if
So it's, we're installed at Jen's and they're working great. Harry had his first day today and was really excited, had a good time, excited to be part of the team. The sports court bid that you guys approved at your last meeting was approved by the Board of Trustees at their last meeting. We had 85 visitors to our first farmer's market, and we had 95 last Thursday, with the addition of 3 more vendors.
What's the total vendors right now?
Total vendor count,
Mm-hmm.
we're probably up around 12. And we have a few produce vendors that don't have produce, so they're delaying their start because of the cold weather this season. I found a new power washing vendor, so hopeful to have Grace McDonald and Arbutus power washed soon. He's going to be able to do a soft wash on the ceiling of the pavilion at Grace, and then I'm meeting with another contractor who can do like a clear seal coating on it. Right now, it's just raw wood, and there's a lot of stains, and the mildew's starting to accumulate. And then we're hopeful to redo that fascia board as well. And the Porta-John was placed at Pine Grove Park.
Great.
That's the staff report. You guys have any questions on any other?
Your power washing, Grace, and what else?
Arbutus.
Arbutus. He'll do a soft wash on the Arbutus bathhouse, as well as all the pavement. I think once every year, every 2 years, we could probably do that. At Grace, he'll also do the paved sidewalk area, the concrete in the pavilion, which is pretty dirty. And then the concrete that extends into the handicap parking areas.
How about the posts on the sign at Grace? Can he clean that too?
Oh, out at the front? I think me and Terry will try to hit that with that iron off stuff, which I believe I did see in our maintenance room.
Yeah, is the irrigation just hitting it?
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, we'll try to get those cleaned up. I know you want to put the zinnias in there, so we'll try to get that on in the next couple weeks. And then the power washer, he also has, so he'll use our water hookup for these washes because they're quite significant, but he does have a 100-gallon tank where he'll be able to go to Arbutus and kind of keep the sidewalk clear of the geese poop in the fishing dock. I guess in years prior, there was a power washer that would visit the site sort of regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Times that they didn't like.
Yeah, no, everybody complained. It was never good enough.
Yeah, so I talked with the power washer on site, because, you know, we talked about the public. It sounds like he'll try to hit that first thing in the morning, hopefully to get there before a lot of the public do. I know early in the mornings I have seen usually one lone fisherman there. So he knows it's, you know, public space, and we'll approach that respectfully and try to hit it first thing in the morning so that we don't disrupt anybody.
It'll be the neighbors. It'll be the people that live there.
Oh,
I think it was being done later in the evening.
Yeah, because all day long he couldn't park there, so he's either doing it really early in the morning or he started doing it late at night.
Well, we did both.
After the park closed, and then didn't like that either.
We did both, and we got calls both times.
Yeah,
Too late at night, too early in the morning.
yeah.
we'll do our best, and I think.
Oh,
the-
well, of course.
The previous vendor no longer has that business, so I started reaching out.
And there's still a lot of duck discharge, right, over there? I mean, the ducks are still, geese are still
Geese,
pooping.
I was there today, and there was some on the sidewalk.
Bob used to clean it up every morning first thing.
Yeah, we'll do our best. Hopefully, there's less geese there now than there was earlier this spring.
Is it a test site for the health department for water quality and stuff?
I
If there's geese
believe,
there a lot, I mean, it seems like it should be.
yeah, I think that being a public beach, I believe it is tested by the health department. I know there was some closure signs put up. last week, but I believe that had to do with activities of the Lake Association. We here at the township didn't receive any notification of it. We just found the signs stapled to our trees and blowing around in the wind. But that was a 2-day water closure.
That happens every year.
The Lake Association must do a treatment.
Yeah, I don't know who does it, but there's always tons of signs about this time.
I have never heard that.
Yeah, I think
They
it,
don't at Render
not,
Lake.
I think it's for the Swimmer's Edge
I don't think we treat any of our lakes in space.
invasive species.
Oh, invasive species.
Yeah, I know they do something, because I've
Usually
seen,
those are treated in the fall, in September.
Depends on the
Oh, I'm
species.
thinking Phragmites, never mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it like says to stay away for 48 hours.
Yep, it was a 2-day closure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have that yet. Yeah, it's coming, I'm sure.
You guys notice that beach usually closed in the summer per the health department?
I don't ever
I don't
recall
think
it
I've ever
being
heard of them ever closing it, no.
Day readings, I never-
Might be something to check
Okay.
into.
It's usually like the beaches along East and West Bay, they do readings for like 5 or 6 different beaches. I've never seen it in
They,
like.
they usually keep like a tab or something on the website, the health department does. But I was just curious, because, it sounds like geese is kind of a problem there, and they,
What do we do, put up some owls?
the fecal matter
No, I
adds
get
up
it.
after time, one goose could, essentially produce 2 pounds of poop a day, so.
Yeah,
That's good information there.
You get 50 of them, that's a lot.
yeah.
And we have created the no-mow zones, and I know that can help keep the goose off. In years prior, I know they were weed whipping all the way up to the water's edge, which included over the shoreline restoration area, which really is not good for
Defeats the
that.
purpose.
Right.
Yeah, so I got with the mower this spring, put some blue lines out. That's why you'll notice along the creek now, the grass is taller, some really pretty flowers by one of the benches that are popping up. And then so you'll see that the grass along the lake shore is starting to grow. So it might take a few years for that to come in, but that is one way to deter geese, is if you have that
That's right.
barrier.
Yeah, we had that conversation when we were doing shoreline decisions. Yep.
So, yeah, if you guys have any other questions about activities, that's the staff report.
Yeah, I'm all good. So, thank you, Nathan. All right, moving on to the approval of the minutes for Monday, May 18th, 2026, and then Wednesday, June 10th, 2026, which should be the Parks Tour.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes for Monday, May 18th as presented.
Second.
What about Wednesday?
And then I also make a motion to approve Wednesday's Parks Commission tour meeting on June 10th as it was presented in the minutes.
Second.
All right. Approval of both meeting dates minutes for Monday, May 18th, 2026, and Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. Motion made by LaRose, supported by Reardon. All in favor?
I
Aye. Any opposed? All right, motion passed. All right, moving on to business before the Parks Commission, 9A, the 801 budget amendment. So, looks like this amendment would be for the 2026 Parks Commission, attorney and engineering grant fees, 2026 budget is $30,000. Looks like the year-to-date balance is $38,684.49. And then below, you can see we have some forecasted expenses. And, yeah, looks like we need to do a budget amendment of $33,000.
I'll move to request.
I have a question about one of the expenses first. The Holiday Woodlands Natural Area Parking Area Site Design, we discussed a couple different placement locations at our parks tour on Wednesday. So I'm just wondering if that's for where the existing parking is, or to explore the option of the alternate one that was discussed.
So no location has been chosen at this time, so that's really just forecasting if and when we decide, if that happens this year, that we would have some money to cover that.
So, and that amount would be enough to cover either option, or at least to initiate, like, planning for either option?
Right, it's just.
Okay.
The engineering,
Yeah, just an amount to get us started if we wanted to do a design for that. But that expense very well could go into 2020.
I was gonna say, are we ready for that yet?
No.
So why are we adding it?
to prepare for if the opportunity does come to design.
So we'll,
I guess I just got my impression of the timeline was that we wouldn't need an expense like that until like next fiscal year. That's all.
that could be something that happens next fiscal year, but we're anticipating,
Aren't you, you're in negotiations with the property owners to get potential easements, though,
Right, yeah, that's a whole thing, and we all, like, things take time.
we'll be getting the trust fund dollars maybe as early as like late, like in August, it sounds like. In which case, if we did have that easement, we would want to start doing a site design and planning for construction.
Great, thank you. Ryan, did you want to?
I'll move to request the Board of Trustees a budget amendment to the 2026 Parks Commission 101-751-801.001 Attorney Engineer Grant Fees of $33,000 to cover expenses and forecasted expenses.
I will second that.
Right. Motion made by Walsh, supported by Reardon, to request from the Board of Trustees a budget amendment to the 2026 Parks Commission 101-751-801.00, the attorney engineering grant fees of $33,000.00 to cover expenses and forecasted expenses. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, motion passed. All right, moving on to business before the Parks Commission 9B, the scientific sampling. So at Killingsworth Park, a vernal pool sampling program for the MSU Michigan Natural Features Inventory organized in the area by Grand Traverse Regional Land Conservancy has requested permission to sample the park, which I believe the park was sampled already, right? No, yeah, and then in the packet here, you'll see some informational pamphlet. But I guess since it was already
So yeah, we had a local citizen that did some sampling as part of this program, and is seeking permission to sample, I believe, 2 more times this
Okay.
year.
okay. So we're making a motion to allow future testing.
And for him to submit the data to the board.
So the motion is really geared at giving me and Beth permission to allow scientific sampling for projects that are being done by established research
Okay.
organizations as part of regional collaborative environmental initiatives.
Yep,
So any sampling requests that were not part of an established organization and a regional collaboration would come to you guys, but for these, and I think we had one
Tree sampling or something.
yeah,
a month ago, the U.S. Forest
Yep.
Service has that site that they sample every 7 years at Grace. And then we had one earlier this winter, too. Trying to recall, I think that was part of the MSU Natural Features Inventory as well.
okay.
This motion would give
Just you guys the right to allow that.
Coordinator Beth.
Yep.
And then with the requirement to provide feedback about these activities and any data collected to you guys
Okay,
during the staff reports. Yeah.
yep, makes sense. All right, I'd like to make a motion to allow the recreation coordinator in combination with the township supervisor to allow approval of scientific sampling on township properties by established research organizations working on regional collaborative environmental initiatives and require staff to provide feedback about the work and outcomes of these activities.
Second.
All right, motion made by Andrus, supported by Hetmer, to move to allow the recreation coordinator in combination with the township supervisor to allow approval of scientific sampling on township properties by established research organizations working on regional collaborative environmental initiatives and require staff to provide feedback about the work and outcomes of these activities. All in favor?
Aye.
Any, yeah. Yeah, all in favor, ayes, and then, yeah, motion passed. That was a mouthful.
That was,
That is.
All right. Yeah. At this time, I'm gonna make a motion to enter into a closed session for parcel number 28-03-230-003-10 per MLC 15.268D to consider the purchase or lease of real property. All right. And then I think Nathan's finishing up a few things, but Nathan's going to slide down, teach every one of us the minutes that he took, and then once it goes around, we'll make a motion to approve the minutes. I don't think so.
We're just doing a roll
Yeah,
call.
yep, we'll do a roll call.
Read them, and if I left anything off, let me know, and I can add them.
Good job.
Yeah.
Do you guys see anything that should be added to the minutes from our discussion?
No, I think there's some good like umbrella categories.
Yep.
Oh.
Basic.
Yep. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the closed session minutes from Monday, June 15th, 2026. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. All right. Moving on to upcoming meeting dates. Our regular Parks Commission meeting will be July 20th, 2026 at 6 PM. If there's no more to discuss, move to adjourn. All right, meeting has been adjourned.